Hey folks, it's been a long time since I've recorded a video, so I figured I should give a little update where I've been, what I've been doing, and let you in on how I've been progressing with my team and skills, where they've come, some skill testing that I've done, and the state of some things, although I don't want to get into too much of next videos that I'm planning on making. But anyways, let's go get started. First of all, what happened? Where have I been? I went silent. Why haven't I made some videos? I actually decided to quit the game for about 3 months because I got sick of some of the problems I was having with SIG cards, team selects, and other things, which haven't gotten better. And I also got sick of grinding for skill change tickets and just needed a break from the game. So I took about 3 months off, found that I was ending up spending my time in another game in the same way, and figured, all right, well, I might as well return to the game where I've invested most of my time and at least build on that instead of starting from scratch. So back I came, and that's largely why I went silent for a while. And also, a lot of the information that I had exposed or figured out became common knowledge, and I didn't really have too much to add. So what have I been doing with my team since that time, and what have skills evolved to, and what's working and ranked, and how are things going? Excuse me. So since returning, I was reluctant to play any ranked. I actually was playing very few games to begin with, but I ended up needing some ranked points for some grade increase tickets, so I ended up playing a bit and was watching behavior of some of my players and skill sets. Since returning, I have not done any refreshes, not bought any refreshes, and I've just been seeing how my team performs. And just as a summary, on the high side, I have finished around rank 16, and on the low side, and more typically, I'm in the right on the cusp of 30 to anywhere from just below 50. So 30 to 50 range, and that's where I see a lot of the toughest competition with very good teams all in that range. And we'll get into that in another video about how competitive teams are. Now, what am I seeing in those in ranked play and some of the experiments that I've been doing with my lineup? So actually, let me go back out to the front screen, and let's talk about skill sets that I've been seeing across pitchers that have been very effective. Pretty standard skill set you're going to see is last boss and cleaning up your mess. That's a very popular one. It's hard to land 2 golds like that, so you'll see a lot of people that are successful, and I see this on a lot of the Asian players, is the use of pitching machine with cleaning up your mess or last boss or something along those lines. So pretty much across the board, all the pitchers you see here are using that, except for Culp, who I'm still working on. I haven't landed a good skill set for him. And so I've been trying to get those for my pitchers. My relievers, I'm shooting for last boss and untouchable, or last boss and mess preferred, if I can land it. I haven't landed that on any of my relievers, so I've been settling a lot. So for Kimbrel here, I've been using untouchable, setup man, and sharpshooter, and surprisingly, he's been doing okay. He's generally in the 1.0 to 1.5 ERA range. I know people don't like pretty much all these skills. I am one of the few. I am holding out, believing that untouchable is a good skill. Majority of the players that I chat with have decided that it is not a good skill for a reliever. It works okay for starters, but it's not good for relievers. But for some reason, I keep landing it. I'm working on Doolittle here. He landed a very similar skill set, untouchable. And you'll notice that Doolittle here has Golden Pitcher, which also a lot of people have decided is not a great skill. And for the most part, I do agree with that. I would, however, say that Koji here has performed very reliably for me under 2.0 ERA every week in ranked, and with substantial number of innings pitched, and he is last boss with Golden Pitcher. Now, you'll note that he's got really nice numbers, though, 127 velocity. And so along those lines, once again, here's another case where Addison Reed has landed untouchable, despite my best efforts. And but one of the things I've been experimenting with is trying to stack velocity as a means of counteracting the missing skills that I'm shooting for. So you'll notice that in pretty much all my pitchers' cases, the special training for velocity is going to be either first or second. I shoot for first, but sometimes it's just really hard to get that. Reed here, it landed very evenly. Uehara also stacked in velocity, and even Doolittle also landed velocity. So I pretty much go for that across the board now. I used to try and stack fastball and breaking ball. I've had better results with velocity. Case in point, I had the worst time with Robbie Ross. Took me forever. He was always garbage in my bullpen, always blowing things. He's settled down now. He's right around probably in the two ERAs, and 2 ERA range, and that's, for me, is okay. So you'll notice I stacked velocity on him to, my target is to get it above 110. Preferably, I'd like to see it more around 120. I'll get into why I'm shooting for those numbers in another video, but those are the numbers that I've been shooting for those ratings. So we've taken a look at the various skills that I've been using and the skills that I've been seeing in ranked that have been effective. Now, I mentioned, you may have recalled earlier, I mentioned something about testing things. And you may also notice that I have 2 Sales here, Chris Sales, same year and everything. And I also have 2 Pomeranz. So, and you'll notice the skill sets that I have him on happen to be exactly the ones we've been discussing. I have Pomeranz with Last Boss and Cleaning Up Your Mess, and I have Pomeranz with Cleaning Up Your Mess and Pitching Machine. These are 2 of the very favored skill sets right now, and so I wanted to test and see how do these guys compare week to week. And in my testing, what I've seen is they are largely interchangeable. I did not see a significant increase in performance with that extra level of special training, as you saw on one of the Pomeranz with his blue skill, nor that one was significantly outperforming the other, which is consistent because, as I mentioned, Price there is Last Boss and Mess, as is Kluber, and normally Sales in that position. I just wanted to bring them down here so I could show you guys comparisons. Pretty much across the board, I've been noticing behavior of an ERA in the 1 to 2 range, sometimes crossing 2 on a bad week. But generally 1.4 to 1.9 range, depending on the pitcher. What I did notice recently is that the ERAs that I was getting were directly proportional to the OVR of the players that I had. So Price had the lowest ERA. My next highest OVR had the next lowest ERA, etc., etc. I don't want to jump back and forth between the stats screenshots I have, so you just have to trust me on this one. But which leads me into, once again, referring forward to this video I want to make about OVRs and what my targets are and why I'm targeting 110 and 120. I believe there have been some changes around OVR that I'll discuss soon. So the other comparison that I did was Sale with his Untouchable and Last Boss versus Pitching Machine and Cleaning Up Your Mess. Cleaning Up Your Mess not quite done on the second Sale here. He needs one more level. But nonetheless, once again, no significant benefit of one over the other. Sale, Chris Sale with his, this version of him. No, wrong, sorry. Other one. This version of him I use every week, in ranked, and he's a very consistent performer. So for those who are questioning whether or not Untouchable and Last Boss work, yes, they do. He's typically 1.5-ish ERA, standard amount of losses, etc. So that's on the pitcher side of things. I'm not going to delve too much into batters because, well, maybe that's just another video. Yeah, tell you what, I'll make another video about that. I'm also less versed in that as are some of my compatriots in my club, but because you'll find that my batter skills suck. Anyways, so that's my welcome back video. Look forward, hopefully, to me getting some more out. The one that I want to make about OVR might take a while to get out because I've got to build some charts and things to support what I'm saying to deliver the message properly, but hopefully this is enough to whet your appetite, and I hope to be making another video for you guys soon. Thanks for watching and listening.